Welcome. It's the Illblurmatic, Matic. It's the illest blurred in the land. Welcome. It's the Illblurmatic, Welcome back to Illblurmatic. What is going on? Thank you so much for commenting, liking, and subscribing to the channel. Let's get into today's new review. Today's new video is a movie review on John Wick 4. Woo-wee! Let's get right into this video. So, what I really enjoyed about this film, and also what I thought was the very most interesting thing ever, was Keanu Reeves, man. I mean, it's amazing. Like, I've never seen, well, I'm not gonna say I've never seen, but it's amazing how he pulls off these stunts. Like, I mean, I don't know if the Grammys or the, the Oscars, like, there should be an award for stunts. Like, Keanu Reeves pulled off quite a bit of his own stunts. Like, this man is amazing. I was like, I looked at some of the stunts, I was like, ouch. Ooh. Because the stunts were very, like, outlandish. Like, I was like, okay, Keanu Reeves wasn't lying. He wasn't lying when he said each time he does these movies, he's gonna, like, bring it to the next level. And I mean, with this fourth installment of John Wick, he really did. The stunts were insane. Okay, there's some car scenes with the stunts, and I'm like, this is movie award nominated type of stuff right here. Like, I'm like, ooh. But let's talk about the other thing that I really enjoyed about this film, and also why it's very unorthodox. The other characters they introduced into this movie, Donnie Yen's character, Kane. Oh my God, Donnie Yen, he knows how to play a blind character, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I was like, this man is always, like, figuring out a way to play a blind character, because we cannot forget he played a blind character in the Star Wars movie. And I like that Donnie Yen's character was a polar opposite to John Wick, even though they were close friends at some point, you know what I'm saying, because they both were assassins. They had a commonality. Even though he was hunting his friend, John Wick, Kane was similar to John Wick in some ways. He was a retired assassin. The only difference was he didn't have a wife. His wife had died. He had a daughter. So it was like a very commonality, you know what I'm saying? John Wick had a wife. The opposite for Kane. Kane had a daughter that he, loved so much. And we see them collide in this actual John Wick universe. And I thought, like I said, Kane pulled it off. Like, Donnie Yen, definitely, like, when you see this movie, you're gonna be like, wait. This man not even blind, but he's playing the mess out this blind man in the movie Kane, okay? And I like the performance. I like the chemistry between the characters, them having their differences, and also them coming together. Now, let's talk about this villain, Bill. I love Bill in this movie. Bill was the villain in John Wick, and I feel like with Bill had like this James Bond look to him. Even the other high table members that were with Bill, I was like, these are very stylish assassins. You know what I'm saying? They were very, like, you see, like, they got the James Bond swagger to them. And I thought that was really cool that they kind of gave the high table that look to the actual character and stuff like that. I said, man, and I like that Bill was about his business. You know what I'm saying? Bill wasn't one of those villains where it was like, you could tell he was, like, not about the work or the job. He was about the business. He wanted John Wick dead. You know what I'm saying? He wanted a bounty on his head. The one character that I really like that they introduced to this actual movie, which I felt like, even though they didn't have a big screen time, was the Tracker. The Tracker was a very unique character. I like the Tracker was kind of very similar to John Wick. He had his little ally with him. He had the dog with him and stuff. And the Tracker was Mr. Nobody. I love Mr. Nobody. Mr. Nobody wasn't working. He was just like a paid assassin. He like, look, he's telling the other guy, like, hey, look, man, this is how much I want. He hang up on him. But I love that he had the dog companion. I was like, because that's the thing that I was like, man, are we gonna see John Wick and the dog together again? So the tracker kind of was, I guess you could say, the inspiration of that character to some degree. And I like the tracker. The tracker, like I said, he was the outlaw assassin. He's like, hey, if you pay me this, I'm gonna do the job, type of thing. The most interesting thing about this film also was how things ended. I feel like before I get into it, let me just say this. Props to the sound effects, man. This movie, I mean, the sound effects were like this, okay? Thumbs up to the sound effect, man, for John Wick. I was like, this felt like a freaking video game. I was like, ooh, headshots, slices, all this type of stuff. I was like, y'all gotta thank the sound effect man. Give this man an award, please. And I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack for this actual movie flow with the movie. And I feel like sometimes you get movies and they just don't really flow with it. But let's get to the ending of the film. Ending of the film was very surprising for me. I don't want to say too much about it, but there were some plot twists that really worked for the film. And I feel like this film definitely delivered. Don't get me wrong, I love John Wick, the Kung Fu franchise, but this fourth film was probably my favorite film from the franchise because it brought something different, refreshing. And I was like, man, I kept saying to myself, like, how are they gonna top John Wick 3? You know what I'm saying? In the previous John Wick movies. And like it did. I mean, just the unorthodox storytelling, the crazy car scenes, some of the stunts were like off the wall. Okay. And I feel like this movie left it open for a possible John Wick 5. But let's get into my rating for this. My rating for this movie, I gotta give it an A+. Definitely amazing to see how Keanu Reeves is still pulling this off. And I just think like, wow, man, I never thought I would see this genre become this popular, a kung fu type of genre. But have you guys seen John Wick 4? You tell me in the comments, guys. A blur living in the world, guys. Have a wonderful Monday or Tuesday, wherever you're in the world, guys. Take care. Thank you for the support now.